What's up, guys? It's Carson back here on Toxic Gaming, and today we got our draft analysis for the Pokemon International Cup, the new league that I'm in a part of, with me and I believe like 9 other people. I want to say there's 10 of us total, either 9 or 10 of us total, something like that. I don't fucking remember. But anyway, guys, we had a whole draft a few days ago on a Sunday. Just if you ever want to know what day it was on a Sunday. And our drafts consist of 13 Pokemon. 13, something like that. With the Mega Pick being first, and then 3 OU, 3 OU, 3 UU, 3 RU, and then 3 NU and PU. We combine the NU PU tiers because really, if you're gonna pick one from one tier, you're not gonna probably pick one from the other tier. So, but there's 13 picks, and to start off, I just want to say that my top 2 tiers I fucking love. Like I can tell you, these first 7 Pokemon are amazing to me right now in this tier. So to start off, we have friend favorite, channel favorite, our mascot, Mega Venusaur. Now, the reason I went for Mega Venusaur is because mainly that's the Mega that I know the most about. That's why he's my mascot, he's my favorite Pokemon. That's why I know the most about him. I don't want to get too braggy here, but I know some sets about Mega Venusaur that I don't think anyone has really ever seen. Like, bring back some Gen 4 sets into Gen 6, so anybody better be watching out for that. But Mega Venusaur was the base, the core of my team building or my drafting, and he's what I had the entire time. I had like 6 other Megas planned to pick, but in the draft order, the way when we randomized it, it was, let's see, how did we do it? Oh, I was 4th, 5th, and then 6th. Basically, I was right in the smack middle the entire time, so I didn't know if I was going to get the picks that I wanted, but I knew the picks that I had weren't the top tier picks that everybody wanted. So I knew I had a chance to get the most of the picks I had. But we had Mega Venusaur to start, and to complement him perfectly, I'm looking at it over here to the little side thing. To compliment him, in my opinion, one of the best compliments you could ever have with him is Rotom-W. Now, this Pokemon was a Pokemon I was surprised it was not picked, because we randomized the draft order after each tier, with OU including in its own tier. So I didn't think I was going to be able to get it. Figured I was going to be dropped towards the bottom, it was going to be gone, anything like that. But we got it. So Rotom-W being the tankiest motherfucker I've ever seen for a water type, especially in OU. He can run Trick. We can go Choice Scarf and trick that stuff onto the Pokemon that are like stally Pokemon, and trick Specs. We can go physically defensive, we can go especially defensive. I'm so happy we got Rotom because he's so valuable and versatile with Mega Venusaur. For our second pick in OU, we got one that I was really surprised was not picked in the UCL. I remember watching the UCL video and it was not picked, and I was like, why the hell did nobody pick this? But we took Bisharp. Now, some people call it Bisharp, some people call it Bisharp. I'd say what I don't fucking want to say about his name. But he is one of the, I would say, the most feared Pokemon, especially with how prevalent knockoff is in the current metagame. Obviously, because so many fucking Pokemon can get it. He's one of the most used knockoff users, I believe, the strongest knockoff user. And he gets priority Sucker Punch. We can set up with Swords Dance. We can have hazards on the field with Stealth Rock. We can go Life Orb, Choice Scarf, Banded. So many other things that we can do with Bisharp. And his main real weakness is Pokemon like Heatran or Excadrill or Tyranitar. Stuff that he will get hit hard by an Earthquake with. And then we got Rotom-W to deal with that. So right off the bat, we're starting with 3 Pokemon that seem to be really working together in my eyes for us. For the third pick, and the final pick in OU, was a pick that my assistant coach, Beck Baraki XY, she was selling this pick to me over and over and over again, and I didn't want it. I'll admit, I did not really want this pick until like the last few seconds before the pick was actually made. But the entire time I did not want this pick. I wanted something, I believe the Pokemon I wanted to replace this was Tornadus T, get that Regenerator Core, but she ended up selling me on it, and right now I am so happy I have it with Victini. This little fairy thing, base 100s across the board. I thought about going for Mew earlier in the higher 2 picks, but it was taken, I believe, like right before I wanted it, so it didn't really matter anyway. But we got Victini with, oh god, choice. I've done the calcs for some Pokemon that I'm going to be facing in the league, and Choice Banded V-Create hits like a motherfucking truck. Let's be real. And with Victini's ability, I didn't even remember Victini's ability of being Victory Star ups the accuracy. So being in base 85 accurate move has a higher, it's now I believe like a base 95 I want to say it gets to. I don't think it gets all the way to 100. I want to say it's just got some shit in my eye. God fucking damn it. I believe it's only base like 95, or not base 95, 95 accuracy now, not 100%, but with a base 180 power move, I can take, honestly, probably missing one. Like, that won't be too big of a deal. But he gets that. He gets Bolt Strike, U-turn priority, maybe go Choice Scarf Will-O-Wisp, who really knows to get that for sure burn on Pokemon. Or not for sure, but close enough. Victini was just the better pick at that time, and I'm very happy I did listen to Beck, and she brought it up. So this is Beck. I would say this is Beck's pick. This is credit to her. So thank you, Beck, for this pick. Now as we move down to UU, I again was put in the number 4 spot, so I was a little afraid to be able to get a pick or not, but I did it. I got the pick of UU that I believe, I talk a lot with my hands, so if that's distracting, I'm sorry. But I believe this pick was the top tier pick in OU, or in UU, but it was not picked over more bulky Pokemon. I believe that's how it went when the draft happened. But we of the LA Doublades got Mamoswine. Mamoswine was the only thing I can really say is Mamoswine was OU for a reason. Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Ice Shard, Taunt, Endeavor, Focus Sash Endeavor, going Oblivious to not be able to get taunted, Thick Fat for more bulk, Life Orb, Choice Banded. Mamoswine was OU for a reason, and we got him. Got a lot of salt and a little bit of hate for taking Mamoswine, but you know what? I wanted it. I got it. It's who I wanted. Now, for the next pick, because I was not originally going to go with Victini, I had any one of the slew of fire types in UU as my next pick. I like Entei, Infernape, Rotom Heat, Chandelure, stuff like that I was thinking for my next pick. When we decided to go with Victini, when I pulled the trigger and we got that Victini, I was like, oh my god, I now have a pick that is open that I don't know what I'm going to choose. And what we decided to end up going with was Crobat. Get that Super Fang to be wall breakers, Brave Bird, Toxic, Defog for sure. We didn't have anything with Defog support or Rapid Spin yet. Roosting, Black Sludging. Black Sludge is an item. You know what I mean. But Crobat seemed to be more of the getting the speed, the utility that we needed for the team. He's not much for sheer power per se, but he is hella fast. Gives us that switch initiative, exactly what we wanted with him. So the original picks were going to be something like Entei and the fire types there, but because we got Victini, Crobat seemed to fit pretty well into the party. Didn't seem bad. And now for the last UU pick, I knew this UU pick probably was not going to go to anybody else besides me if I picked it. And we talked about it later, the draft guys and I, everybody in the International Cup, we talked about it later. And when I picked the Pokemon, it was really surprising how many of them actually had it on their radar of Pokemon to pick. So with the last pick in UU, we got Doublade. And, you know, we got our team mascot now. So we got the LA Doublades, actually did draft Doublade. And I underestimated this thing. I kind of wanted it just because I had it on my radar at first just because of it being the LA Doublades. We could have the team's sake, we could do all that. But 150 base special defense, or base defense, not special defense, it's like 45 base special defense, but 150 base defense. That's equal to Aegis/Shield form. 110 base attack. That's almost equal to Aegis/Sword form, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But we get Eviolite, so we now have a higher defense than regular Aegislash, or than Aegislash in the Shield form. Higher special defense, you know, 45 to like, what, 60, something like that, I don't know. But he is a lot slower. That's the only problem. He is a lot slower, but we do get priority with Shadow Sneak. We got Swords Dancing. We can go Gyro Ball and go totally slow just to pick off those speedsters. Hell, we can even go Power Trick. Be able to switch that 150 defense to 150 attack. And hell, 110 defense still ain't bad. So, that's one thing that Doublade was like, I needed this pick. This pick would really round out the team. I could use Doublade or Bisharp. It didn't force me to have to use Bisharp or force me to have to use Doublade, so That's why I seem to be a good pick. Now, those picks, those first 7, those were my ideals. I got every Pokemon I wanted in the first 7 picks, you know, except for Crobat being kind of the one that just kind of fit perfectly at that point. But after these picks, I seem to have a damn target on my chest after these picks. I got sniped more than I want to say anybody else for the lower picks, for sure. But, oh god, these lower picks, I'm not like disappointed in. I think we still have really solid picks, but just these aren't the ones that I planned for. And so I had to think on the fly, and I'm hoping that they work out for me. So just to get into it, my first pick in RU was Hitmonlee. Now, originally I wanted Hitmontop, because I wanted that Intimidate, I wanted the Rapid Spin, stuff like that. But when that got picked, I think literally like 2 people before me, as we were 5th, so hell, Hitmontop went hella early. Hitmonlee became the next best option, because Hitmonlee also does get Rapid Spin, but then he can also go with the Fake Out Normal Gem, get the Unburden boost with Earthquake. He can go, I believe, Stone Edge or Rock Slide. I think he gets one of those 2. I don't think he ever gets both. I don't think he can get both of them. I think one of the 2. Got more fucking shit in my eye. God damn it. But he's just a lot of more power added to the team. Hitmontop would have been more defensive utility, maybe some technician, but Hitmonlee is straight up power. Oh, and high jump kick. How can I forget the one move he's fucking famous for? But he's straight up power added to the team. For the next pick, though, in RU, there was Pokemon that I wanted. I think it was like it was Cofagrigus. Fucking, or Cofagrigus, however you fucking say it. But that ghost defensive wall of a ghost type is the one I wanted. Got picked, I think, literally the person before me. So it was like, it was right there in my hands, and then it was gone. So the Pokemon we ended up going with was Uxie. Good old Fetty Wap himself. Shout out to Numb Nexus for that name, because that name is fucking perfect. But Uxie, because 100 base 30, both defensive and specially defensive. Access to Stealth Rocks, Sunny Day, Rain Dance, U-Turn, both screens. He gets like Side Shock. I think he even gets Knockoff. He basically, Uxie is the defensive version of Azelf in UU, where you have Azelf on one end, Uxie's on the other. That's how I view it. It's a more utility and heavily defensive mon that I really wanted in a different draft. I had a different draft for a different Mega that I really wanted Uxie for, but Uxie happened to be where we needed him to be at this point, and so we got him. Really, I'm really actually happy with this draft. The next Pokemon we got in UU was, again, another snipe option, but the one I wanted was Tyrantrum. Fill out a good Dragon Core or Dragon Fairy Steel Core, even though I don't have a Fairy yet. But fill that spot out with a heavy hitter Tyrantrum. Well, it got taken from me about 2 people before. Something like that. It was literally like right before my turn, I got sniped out of. So it was rough. So the one I ended up going with was Gastrodon. Now Gastrodon, yes, it has a 4 times weakness to grass. I get that. You try to tend. What the fuck am I? You try to stay away, or you tend to stay away from. There we go. There's a fucking right English. You tend to stay away from 4 times weaknesses in this format because all your opponent has to bring is one Pokemon with that move and gone. But with Gastrodon, he is bulky enough, and with like other berries, with I believe there's one other actual item that absorbs grass type moves. He's able to take on a little bit of grass type attacking. Now, I have other Pokemon like Crobat, Mamoswine, Victini, Bisharp, Hitmonlee, and Venusaur to take on grass type moves, so he's not always going to be put in there against it. He probably won't at all. But with that surprise grass type move, Gastrodon probably be able to live it. He gets Scald, Earth Power, Toxic, Recover, hell, Mirror Coat. He gets all these other moves like Ice Beam. Just he's like a utility defensive mon. Like whoever the most threatening Pokemon on my team are, or on the team that I'm going to be facing, I can throw a move on Gastrodon that he could take a hit and then dish out something super effective for me, or burn somebody or something along those lines. That's why I wanted Gastrodon. Very tanky, kind of like a little bit better Quagsire. Gets Storm Drain for water immunity. Sand Force if I want to go Sandstorm and gets a little more power for Gastrodon. Don't see that ever happening, but who knows. So that's why Gastrodon's going to be a great pick for me there. Now when we move down to NU, NU was a tier though I got one of the Pokemon I wanted, and then I got one of them that I was like, okay about, and then the last one I was like, you know what, fuck it, this seems like fun to do. So with the first pick, or an NU and PU, that whole tier, I took Cradilly. Cradilly has been a Pokemon that I've used before in the past. It's helped me out personally in battles, and my friend Hayden, I sent him, like, I tried to like tweak him, or not tweak him, like, what's it called? Try to ask him for some ideas prior to the draft in NU, because I've been out of touch with NU, even though last time him and I battled, we battled in NU, but been out of touch with it for a little while, and he suggested Cradilly. And I looked at it, wrote it down, and we got him. So we got Cradilly, go with Curse, Seed Bomb, Rock Slides, Giga. I don't know if he can get Giga Drain. I think he does. I'm like more than certain he does. Then go Ancient Power to get some boost. Another Stealth Rocker, another Mirror Coater. I believe he gets Recover as well. He's basically like a form of Gastrodon that can be bulky and can take those Grass-type hits. Cradilly also gets Storm Drain, so that's another immunity to Water type that we get there. So Cradilly really rounds out the team, rounds out the draft as well as right now. If there's for some reason we don't want to bring Mega Venusaur, we can bring Cradilly instead and get just as much bulk. So for the next pick, moving on to the next pick of the draft, this was one I was kind of like, I don't know if I really want this Mon, but it seemed to be the best fit at the time. I know the one I wanted was Granbull. I wanted to get that Fairy type, but it was taken from me again. And this one just seemed to fit the team the best. That's the best I could say about it. And we took Torkoal. Now, a lot of people look at Torkoal and they're like, this dumb, smoking little bitch, why would you take him? But really, he has hella great defenses. He gets access to Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin. He has access to Shell Armor, which I didn't even know he got that ability, and now can block critical hits. Get Lava Plume to get just kind of a damage off with a higher percentage to burn. Gets Will-O-Wisp, gets Eruption. I believe he even gets like Earthquake and Earth Power. So like, Torkoal can work, and he gets Shell Smash. Torkoal seemed to be a lot more viable option later on, and I was kind of surprised he wasn't even thought about for the rest of the draft. I don't know. But moving on to the very last pick, this pick was more just kind of a YOLO pick. It just seemed like a fun thing to use, and I'm really excited to try to use him. Just like find a niche that he would work, just try to use him, and that'd be Liepard. I went with Liepard because Prankster is the thing, Taunt, Torment, Thunder Wave, Sucker Punch, U-Turn, Knock Off, Foul Play. It just seems he's so situational, but to some people's eyes, but he could, if like depending on the team I had, he could fit a niche to just cripple one of their Pokemon completely. And then, like, literally, that's all he has to do. 106 speed, so he's pretty damn fast for being that low in the tier. He gets Prankster anyway, so sometimes we don't even have to worry about speed. And then I believe he has base like 88 attack and special attack, so if I need to, I can make him be sort of an attacker. Not going to be hitting the hardest, but who knows what we really could do with it. But he'll fit in like at a certain point. All of a sudden, Liepard I think is going to make some difference in some battle because we have that. I don't know. I'm hoping, but I'm just hoping for it. But that kind of wraps up our draft, and I'm really happy with our draft. I love the fact we got Venusaur. I love that we got the Rotom core with it, and Beck really sold me on Victini. Really did. I'm really excited to see Liepard do work. I'm excited to actually bring Cradilly to matches when they're expecting Mega Venusaur. I'm excited to bring Uxie and get Uxie, Doublade, Mamoswine tandem going kind of there. I can see that kind of happening, so let me know what you guys think about this draft. It is kind of a longer video. I apologize for something like this. It's just kind of, you know, whatever. But the battles, I believe, will be going up every Thursday of the week. Not this Thursday, as I believe this is not today. Yeah, this is coming up on Thursday. So not today. Next week will be the first battle on that Thursday. With Tuesday, I'm going to try to be a team preview before that. I'm going to see what I can do with guys, but I kind of want to, I'm going to see if I can get a Tuesday and Thursday be kind of the battling scene. We've been out of Pokemon for a little while now, and at least for battling wise, and this is where I want to bring it back with. So let me know what you guys think about this draft. I will be willing to take any and all set options and ideas. Maybe you'll just think about them and you'll see what happens. I want to see some creativity, guys. So again, thank you guys for coming out to watch this battle. Hope you guys are hyped for the rest of the season for the Pokemon Invitational Cup. I know I am. This is the first league I've been a part of, and I feel like we did a hell of a job in the draft. So thank you guys for coming out. You guys are awesome, like always. I'm Carson on Toxic Gaming, and as always, you stay toxic. We'll see you guys.